What's up guys, welcome back to our video. In today's video we're going to be learning about Python basics. So in today's video we're just going to focus on the variable. So what is a variable? A variable is a container which stores value like 1, 2, 3 or numbers basically. Or string, which is like a string is like words, letters, or even you could write numbers as a string. So a string is kind of like a words kind of thing. Okay, so now let's see how we can create a string. You can use the double quotes, and you use the double quotes in the middle like these things, and then you write whatever you want in this. So if I want and also to not mention, you can even use single quotes, like single quotes. You can use even these. Both works. So now let's see how to create a variable. So to create a variable, you're just gonna name the variable. Like I'm gonna name this as test. You can name it whatever you want. And now I'm gonna assign the value or the string, whatever I want to this. Now I'm gonna assign a number, 1. And now I'm gonna print this number. To print this number, you use a print statement just called print and then followed by double brackets, which are these. And now you just print the test. And note, you should not use a double quotes like these because it's gonna print the it's just gonna print the test because that's a string. So to print the variable, you just write test. That's it. And now if you print this, see, so 1 has been successfully stored in the test. Let's go. And now let's see uh how do you change the say. Now if I wanted to 2, you can just you can just delete the number or the string, and then you just write the thing you want. And I'm gonna write a string. So to create a string, you're gonna use these double quotes as I said, or the single quotes. So I'm gonna use the double quotes because they're more convenient, I feel. So now I'm gonna write hello world. And now if I'm gonna print this, see, it prints hello world. So a string, this is how you write a string. And now to prove it that it's impossible, you cannot write like this. And now see, it's gonna come in error. You see this red thing? So that's an error. So and now so that's how you have to write the string. That's how a string is formatted. And now let's see on how to add the numbers or the string to it. So if I want to add a number to a number, now test equals 1, I want to print 2, you can just write test equals test plus 1. So basically test is a variable name here. So this is a variable name. And now, so basically what's happening is if I run the program, it's printing 2. How? It's simple. The test, which is the updated this time. This time it's updated. So that's why this is the old test, this one. So 1 plus 1 equals to the new one, which is 1 plus 1 equals 2. So I'm printing this one, and now it prints 2. Now what if what if I have a big number? What if I have like a big variable? So it's simple. Instead of that, you could just write the variable name once, and now you just type the plus sign equals and the number you want. Like if I want 10, now it's gonna print 11. As you see, 11. So that's working. That's great. Now what if I want to add a number to a string? So a number to a string is kind of complicated, but if you learn about it, it's gonna become so easy. So let's see, how do you add a number with a string. So as before, you're just gonna write the old test, but this time we're using this str, which we're gonna come back in a minute. And now we're gonna add this to the a string. And now I want to add this to test 1 and test. And now it should print 1 and test. Let me show you. See, 1 and test. You're gonna ask me how, and this is how it works. So this is the updated test as I said before, and now you're using the str. What is even this? It's simple. If I add 1 and this 1 and string, it just doesn't go. Like if I just add just like this. It's just gonna come in here. Let me show you right now. Like, see, it just comes in here because like how water and milk doesn't go together, that's how this doesn't go together. So it's just gonna say unsupported operand types for plus and in whatever that thing. And now to fix it, there's already a built-in thing called str, which you're gonna change kind of this one to a string kind of thing, but actually it's a string. Yeah, it's now it's being converted to a string. So one and a test. Now if I run this, one and a test, one and test. So that's how it's working. So that's how you can add a number to a string. And now let's see how you can add a string to a string. A string to a string is kind of the same like the number to a number. So if I want test 1, and then that gotta be test 2 to notice the difference. And actually I don't even need this str. You could write it if you want to, but it's not gonna do anything. Like, let me show you. It still works. See, test 1 and test 2, it still works. And even if I remove this, it's still gonna work. See, it's still gonna work. So that's how it works. And now so it's this. Now let's see how you can add a string with a string, which is kind of like the number and a string, but you just write the test with str and the number you want, like just I want 1. And now see, test 11. But how? Because here test 1 and there's a 1, so let me add a space to make clear. See, test 1 and here 1. So that's how you can add a string with a number and etc. So that's how your a variable works. Now if I have a big variable, like so much, like, so that's kind of hard. So always remember to create a variable that is easy to understand and it's a short form, because if you want to create a big variable, it's going to take you quite a long to do, and it's gonna cost much more time. So that's it for today's video, and see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.